Welcome back to 101 Sports Webcast. I'm now joined by Ryan Meisinger and Justin Beagle to discuss the latest news in the NFL. The NFL season is in its home stretch with 11 weeks already in the books. Many teams have found their rhythm and are pushing for a playoff berth. However, there are still a few teams trying to adjust their rosters. Guys, last week the Houston Texans released veteran safety Ed Reed, who made 5 starts into 7 games with the team. Good call or bad call by the Texans, Justin?
I gotta say this was a good call. First of all, everybody saw this coming when he signed with the Texans. He's had an injury-riddled career in Baltimore, and then when he signed with the Texans, he was coming off of a hip injury. I mean, like I said, everybody saw this coming. 5 games, no interceptions. He was just not being productive, and they got rid of him.
With Houston picking him up, I mean, it was low risk, high reward. This is something that could have paid out. We didn't know what Ed Reed was really capable of. He was injured a lot last year. I mean, we knew he was declining, a steady decline. In 2012, he did 93.5% of the snaps played. 2013, 62. I mean, that decline's massive. His productivity wasn't there. He even called out the interim coach. He said, and I quote, "We played really well outside of certain situations. Certain situations, we just got outplayed and outcoached." Yeah. When you're calling out your, interim head coach, I don't care if it's Wade Phillips. Yeah. You can't do that.
I mean, I completely agree with what you said about his potential. There was so much he could have brought to the Texans. I mean, he's one of the top 5 active. He has the most interceptions out of a lot of people who are currently playing, still top 5. And I mean, like you said, that could have been so much. That was like the one key thing the Texans needed was a safety position.
His playing is done. I mean, his skills are gone. But for him, his years in the league, his experience, he can be a valuable mentor.
His leadership.
Exactly. I mean, in the film room, we'll see what he can do for the Jets. He actually played a lot of snaps this weekend. Made a couple tackles, no really passes defended, no interceptions. But the Jets' young safety group's there.
Yeah, and he's being reunited with his former defensive coordinator, with Rex Ryan. So it just makes sense for him to go there. It's just unfortunate that it did not work out with the Texans.
I agree.
Yeah, I think it's a tough call because his experience is, I think, what they were looking for, but they didn't really get that because his playing on the field was tough. It didn't really click in Houston. One team that has been clicking as of late, the Carolina Panthers, winning 6 straight games, 1 game behind the New Orleans Saints in the NFC South. Ryan, the Carolina Panthers are a legitimate playoff threat.
I want to say they are. I can't get myself to say it. The Panthers are a darn good football team. They are really good. Fantastic defense. Cam's there. Rush attack, kind of there. D'Angelo Williams. I don't know. This is not the year for them.
I am forever shaking my head at you.
They're going to go far. But I don't think they're a young team. I don't think they can knock the teams they have to in the playoffs.
Are you kidding me? Youth is that's what it's all about now in the NFL.
I know.
Youth.
No, but when it's inexperienced, this will be Cam's first playoff run.
Still.
Is that?
I mean, we look at last year. We had 3 rookie quarterbacks go to the playoffs. And this year, I mean, I'm not saying Cam's a rookie, but he's still young, and he can lead the team. And it's going to be behind the fact that the Carolina Panthers do not turn the ball over, and they're a strong defense. They only have 9 turnovers so far this year, which is a great stat. And then their defense, they're ranked 5th in opposing pass yards and 3rd in opposing rush yards.
Their defense is that kind of defense. Their defense is strong. Thomas Davis, Luke Kuechly. Cam Newton, you're right. He doesn't turn the ball over. But I mean, Thomas Davis, Luke Kuechly, young players, first, second year. Cam Newton, what is it, 3rd year? I don't know.
You have no faith in them.
He's going to have to knock off Drew Brees. He's going to have to go to Seattle.
He's knocked off Tom Brady and Colin Kaepernick back-to-back weeks. That says enough right there.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
That's regular season. It's not playoffs.
He outdueled them. Those are 2 contenders for the playoffs.
You know who also outdueled Tom Brady early in the season? Geno Smith.
Okay.
What did Geno Smith do this week? Through 3
crazy things happen in New York. We all know that. I've seen crazier things happen.
I don't think. I mean, their turnaround 4 years ago, they were not a team that wins. I mean, they haven't had a winning season. This is their first winning season.
Yeah, I think it's tough because the performance against the Patriots was so convincing, and if they play like that, I think it's going to be hard to argue against them as legitimate threat. Unfortunately, not all teams can be successful every year, and when teams underperform, the blame falls on the head coaches. Justin, which head coach is feeling the most heat right now?
I mean, I know besides the obvious coaches, but there's one coach out there who I think nobody really is thinking about right now, and that's Mike Tomlin, the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I completely disagree. I completely disagree.
No.
If there's one coach you want to say who's safe, I'll give it to Mike Tomlin.
No,
I would say Mike Tomlin is safe.
He is not safe because Pittsburgh has been dominant for a decade now. When he took over, he won a Super Bowl. Great. But now times are changing. We've seen a power shift in that division. Cleveland and Cincinnati are now the top of that division.
How much are times really changing, though? They haven't had a losing season under Mike Tomlin.
Look at their record now. They are 4-6.
You can't give them the axe for being 4-6.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't. Because
Just hear me out. Just hear me out. All right, listen. The defense, which has been like a precedent, who's at a precedent in the NFL for stopping the run, averages 125 yards a game. Like, that is a lot. That is a lot of yards. Polamalu cannot stay healthy. That defense is falling apart, and Ben Roethlisberger has expressed his displeasure with the organization and where they are heading.
If someone's going first, it's Ben.
No, it's not.
You have to
No,
go.
he is
if
not.
we're talking about most likely,
After
to
all
get
that
the
has done for that franchise, they will do whatever he wants. Todd Haley's offense has not worked out. He might go first, and with that will be Mike Tomlin.
No, I understand. I understand what you're saying. But if we're talking coach that's most likely to go, there are a bunch I would put ahead. You know, first comes to my mind Greg Schiano. If I'm the owner of the Bucs, I don't want this guy coaching my football team, whether it's on the field, whether it's off the field.
It's only his second year, though. You got to have a little bit of leniency there.
Yeah, I know, but the talent was there. This is a talented Bucs team.
Yeah.
Freeman, yeah, he makes mistakes, but and it's not only on the field. I mean, this guy off the field, whether it was the kneel down gate in what was that week 2, trying to cause.
But players want to play for a coach like that who's going to push you and have motivation. Had that
players
strong
have said they don't
defense.
want to play for him earlier in the season. I think it's got.
It's still questionable.
Yeah, guys, I like Tomlin and I like Schiano. Another guy that's also on my list is Gary Kubiak in Houston. I think Houston's had a lot of trouble this year, especially with all that talent.
He's in trouble.
Yeah.
Always fun talking football with y'all. That's all the time we have for this segment of 101 Sports Webcast. But coming up next, Connor takes it to the ice to talk a little hockey. Stay tuned.